What's going on, everybody? We want to welcome you to another edition of Still Strong Podcast. This is episode number 34. We're so glad you're able to tune in on today. Make sure you click that subscribe button, also the notification bell every time we drop a new podcast every Friday. Today looks a little different. Pops is out of town working, so it's on us three boys. I'm Isaiah Steele.
I'm Isaac Steele.
I'm Ira Steele. What's up?
And we are going to make it happen on today. First things first, let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Very disappointing loss this past Sunday. Ended up going to Houston against a unproven Texans team, a team that is still trying to get their footing.
Right.
A team with the quarterback who was just taking classes at Ohio State 6 months ago.
Yeah.
We go down to Houston and we get embarrassed, unfortunately.
Just embarrassed, bro. 30-6. For those of you who don't know the score, and my thing is this. I don't think the Steelers lost to a rookie since, what was it, 2018, 2017? It's been a while. We usually do really good against rookie quarterbacks. And the Texans had two O-linemen missing out. I really don't know their names. But with all that being said, the Steelers just got to stop playing down to people's levels.
Yeah.
Because they're all professional athletes at the end of the day. They're raw. We have a lot of raw talent right now, especially defensively. Sure. But at the same time, you got to put the puzzle pieces together, bro. And we just gotta stop playing down to people's levels. Even that Browns game, we're a better team than the Browns.
Yeah.
And we barely won by 4. You know what I mean?
And that's only because Nick Chubb got hurt.
Exactly.
That's the only reason why.
Exactly. Only reason why. We just got to stop doing that, man, as a team, bro. But other than that, man, we still got hope. It's the first quarter of the season. We're 2-2, luckily.
Yeah.
Could be 1-3. We really could. That Vegas game was scary.
Yeah.
They try to come back.
And that Browns game, too, we could easily be messing with 0-4 right now,
Yeah.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
I mean, I think if you look at just this overall spectrum, the main thing that's coming from Steeler Nation, which is all of our fans and us, Matt Canada as our offensive coordinator is got to be one of the worst I've ever seen. We haven't had a 400-yard game in 3 years now. Every other team in the NFL has at least a minimum of 2. I'm almost positive the Chicago Bears, who they're talking about, the Bears might be the worst team ever. They have 400 yards of offense this past Sunday. Meanwhile, we're over here trying to figure out what's going on. Kenny Pickett looks lost at times.
Yeah.
4th and 1, 3rd and 1, we're running sweeps, or we're running, we're in shotgun on 4th and 1 with Najee back there, to block.
6'4", 220.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
230.
I don't understand what we're doing here, but for whatever reason, the Steelers organization is not trying to move Matt Canada.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I know George Pickens even, he's one of the most dynamic young receivers in the NFL. He's only getting so many targets. He's not, they're not putting him in positions to get the ball like a real number one should. You got guys like Justin Jefferson in Minnesota. They're getting force-fed the ball. I feel like we should be force-feeding Pickens, especially since Deontay Johnson's out. But, our OC's not doing a job. And Isaac, you're right, bro, about playing down at people's levels. Steelers been doing that since I can remember, honestly.
Yeah, bro.
Steelers, I feel like we always show up when whenever we got the cards stacked against us, we want to show up, and we're supposed to win easy.
Yeah.
We lose. Like this
Right.
Houston team, they had the most rookies. They have the most rookies on the roster in the whole NFL. So they're the youngest team with a first-year head coach, and they still came out there and ran us off the field.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing to watch.
It was.
I think we didn't get past the 50-yard line until the second half.
Crazy.
Like it was really bad
You
to
look
watch.
sick the whole rest of the
Yeah.
day.
Oh, my whole day was
because
going.
I wasn't watching the game. I was kind of sneaking it while we were watching. And so this dude was upset until Sunday Night Football came around.
No, seriously. It's
But
pathetic.
like you said, for us not to pass the 50-yard line is, that's just unacceptable.
Yes.
It's not what we stand for as I feel like we deserve better as fans.
Well, yeah.
Than what we're seeing. Just because at the end of the day we're
But the Steelers,
We're the
saying, I hate
Steelers.
to say it, but they always talk about, like, it sounds cocky saying we're the Steelers, but, Mike Tomlin always says a standard is a standard. Like, look at history. We're one of the most decorated franchises in American sports.
Yeah.
So, seeing us haven't won since the, Obama administration is a little sad.
It is.
Not even saying we ain't won since 2009, bro. Like, I was in 4th grade. Like, I was a little kid. I was 9 when we last won the Super Bowl. That's a damn shame. So, I don't know what could happen. Of course, I love Mike Tomlin, but you could tell he's just trying to, wrap his arms around Matt Canada. And I know our GM, Omar Khan, he's also close with Matt Canada, but business and friendships, you gotta draw that line. I'm sorry, because at the end of the day, we want to hold up. We want that hardware. We want the Lombardi trophies. That's what we're accustomed to as Steelers fans. So hopefully we can figure it out. And another thing too I have to mention is even Kenny Pickett. I rock with Kenny Pickett. I got hope in him, but he can be a little frantic in the pocket
for sure.
I think 8 sacks this season that he's had on him. He literally had to force the sacks, he ran into something. So I don't know. And Kenny Pickett, like he's forcing himself into sacks. Like he'll step out the pocket real quick and something will happen to him, get sacked. Now he got a bone bruise on his knee. Yep. So, he's playing this Sunday, but the fact that
But even with him playing this Sunday, it makes me kind of nervous just from the standpoint. Now, when you was 100%, you wasn't playing up to par. Now I know you're not 100%, and now we expect for him to play better. Like I really don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. It's kind of, we're 2-2, which is by God's grace and mercy, but it doesn't feel like we're 2-2.
It doesn't.
It doesn't feel like it. And Baltimore this week, it's Baltimore week, and I'm not confident at all in what we got going.
Yeah, and Baltimore, it looked great last week too. Of course, the Browns had a backup quarterback in, but Lamar, it's crazy. I think Lamar's second in passer rating in the NFL, and people try to bash Lamar's throwing. I'm like, bro, Lamar can throw that rock.
Oh yeah.
And of course, his feet being so dangerous opens up the pass game. So we'll see what happens. I know, Ravens dealing with injuries.
Yeah.
And, we got this kind of a prove it game because I think if this Sunday is bad, Matt Canada is fired. 100%. I think if this Sunday goes
bad. Mr. Rooney, which is owner of the Steelers, I guess he's upset with Matt Canada, basically saying that he's not even what's the word? He's not satisfied with what's going on. Yeah. So, if the owner's coming in and getting involved, Mike got to be careful, man, because you're going to mess around with Mike, and they might snatch the chair from underneath him.
Exactly.
Because, you got to do – sometimes it's you got to choose. Is it him or me? Because at the end of the day, you got to choose you, Mike. So I know Matt's your buddy, and maybe y'all sip on Coors Lights in the off season, but at the end of the day, man, might have to ship that boy back to Canada.
Yeah, I'm saying gotta send him back up north. Come on now, we got it with the Super Bowl.
Speaking of North, we want to talk about Sunday night football as well. Really good game between the Chiefs and the Jets. Definitely was a little thrown off by it because everybody thought the Chiefs was going to just go in there and just demolish the Jets. But the Jets have a good football team. It is a damn shame that Aaron got hurt the way he did game one, man, because they could be easily sitting at 4-0 right now with Aaron at the helm. I don't trust Zach, of course. No. I don't think anybody does, but it was a good game, and of course Taylor Swift is back in the house again.
Yeah,
man.
Of course he got the camera all over her. Taylor Swift got hits. Don't get me wrong. I respect her. I respect her fan base. I don't want this to go viral.
But them Swifties gonna come get you.
They gonna be in my comments talking about Taylor Swift owns you, Ira. talking spicy to me. No,
sending death threats. And stuff.
They gonna be sending their shooters at me. Taylor, I got respect for you. But
the Swifty snipers.
The Swifty snipers. I just hate the fact that we'll see a touchdown. Like Isaiah Pacheco scored a touchdown for the Chiefs,
and he was doing his dance.
He was doing his little dance. I'm trying to watch him hit his little dance. They're going right to Swift in the box going crazy. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I can see if Kelsey scored. Sure. That's completely different.
You just showing all Kelsey's friends scoring, and that thing go right to. And then what makes things worse, bro? Something happened. Pacheco scored. Right? They cut the camera from him doing his dance that everybody likes to watch. To put Taylor Swift up there. Then it cuts a commercial, and then the commercial is her promoting her damn
her
tour.
Yeah, her little tour movie, whatever.
The tour movie that's coming out from this crazy tour that she just did.
Yeah.
And then I did see something funny. Somebody on Instagram, one of the Swifties, obviously she don't know football or nothing, but she was like, it's so cool that Taylor rents out these stadiums so her boyfriend can play in them every Sunday.
Ain't messing around. Yeah. Yeah,
it's funny, dude.
It is. It's funny to see. And Travis Kelce, he's benefiting all this. Because you see his jersey sales shot up through the roof. Everybody's talking about it. So I know it's good for him when it comes to the bottom line. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it's annoying. I'm sorry. It's like I'm a little over it because it's funny how ESPN they went from Deion Sanders, Colorado, right to Kansas City.
What would you rate Taylor Swift? A 10 being like the most beautiful woman in the world, 1 being horrible. What would you rate Taylor?
Man,
you could be honest. We ain't bashing Taylor enough.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think Taylor Swift is. I don't think she's a terrible looking woman. I think she's a good looking woman. She's a pretty girl. I see things.
Man, what's the number, man?
Man, come on.
He said, "What's the number, man?" Yeah, because I said 10 being the most beautiful, 1 being like terrible. Where is Taylor Swift like look wise?
Me personally, I would say Taylor Swift about 6 or so,
A 6.
She may be a little. I might gotta have a couple Coors Lights. She might look a little better, but if I was out in the street and seeing Taylor Swift, I'm probably gonna keep on walking.
Keep on moving.
Why Coors Light? That's funny.
Like if her name was Danielle Smith.
Yeah.
You just.
If she just was in Old Town Scottsdale, I'm walking. I'm probably gonna walk past her. I can't lie.
I'm not stopping to be like.
But I'm not gonna have to double take and be like, oh my goodness, this is an egregious person. No, I don't think she's like that, but she's just not really my cup of tea.
Yeah, I think a 6 is good. I'd say a 6.
Yeah, I would agree with that too.
Yeah.
She got money though.
She got money.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. That's why I ain't mad at Kelsey. She's super rich.
Listen, she could literally rent out the game this Sunday and buy all the tickets in the stadium and just be her.
Yeah, probably.
And be straight. Yeah, she'd be up there just chilling with all the custodians and whatnot.
She got this generation by the throat.
Yeah,
which new generation, bro.
I'll be totally honest. I don't know any. The only song I remember by her was the cheerleader one. She was like, she's cheer captain. I'm in the bleachers.
You belong with me.
You belong with me. Yeah. That's the only one I really know too.
She writes good songs.
Nah, she got a couple hits.
I'm not getting in my car banging that though on the way to the gym. Like,
right.
I guess you can just say I'm
you
not
don't
a
like
Swiftie.
that. We
No.
getting back.
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
That's not hard. Bro.
All I gotta say is when they break up, Travis better watch out, boy, because that next album she got is about to be crazy.
It's gonna be all about that, brother.
Man.
You know what song I like too? That song, Cause We're Young and We're Reckless.
Oh yeah.
That song's all right too.
That's cool. That's a banger.
Yeah, she got some bangers.
That's a
I
banger.
think Taylor got some bangers. And she's a good songwriter. She's actually talented. She can play guitar.
She writes her own stuff.
Yeah,
she writes her own stuff.
So I'm not undermining her at all. And she got that bag. If I'm Kelsey, boy, I'm gonna have her around.
I'm gonna secure that, bro.
What exactly?
I would secure that.
Like, she is rich. This ain't like. She's not making no. She ain't making no NFL contract.
Nah,
money.
she's
on a different level.
She's
I know by the time she gets her middle age, she's gonna be worth over $1 billion.
Yeah.
So. Especially wait till her reunion tour 20 years from now. What? Like it's gonna be
because look at like AC/DC and Guns N' Roses, U2 groups like that. They still doing stadium tours.
U2 was just in Vegas in the Sphere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, sold out. Like,
which did y'all see that the Sphere?
Did you see that with the
we
words?
were just in Vegas. We saw it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
We saw the outside.
We saw the outside.
Being inside, I don't know. That's got to be kind of crazy to see how the LED screen is literally that big and over you.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm trying to see when they're gonna do their first like a show that we want to go to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Kendrick's there. Or something.
Yeah, like
I feel that.
like a hip hop R&B show.
That would be crazy.
Because like honestly, at the same time though, I swear I'd go see U2 there just to I don't really know U2 songs, but
right?
Just to see just visually, it looks crazy.
It looks like you're really in like a different it looks like a wonderland, bro.
It's funny. I saw someone on Twitter or X. They said that imagine putting somebody from like an uncontacted tribe like inside that stadium. They probably think that's God there.
Listen,
they probably think they're dying.
Yeah, they probably would. But overall. Happy for Travis and Taylor Swift, man. I hope they, hope they stay together forever.
Yeah, I hope they do. But at the same time, though, the only thing that Travis Kelce he's messing with some dangerous territory. Because let's say that this fizzles out and it's not as bad breakup or something like that.
All them Swifties coming for his head.
They gonna hate him forever.
He need to hurt when they do break up, which it probably will happen eventually. She needs to come out and tell the Swifties like, hey, this was mutual.
Yeah.
We agreed. He didn't cheat on me. He didn't, we're done. Like we're still gonna be friends. If she don't do that, boy, Travis might get assassinated.
Don't let her drop a track, throwing a little shade, a little album with him, throwing shots at him.
He gonna be getting clowned on too in the locker room. I was like, man, what'd you do, Travis?
Like he'll never hear the end of it.
She write a song talking about I thought he was my first down, but he's really my turnover on down. So something artistic like that.
They're gonna say he fumbled me. I don't know.
Yeah, fumbled the bag. That's her next album.
Yeah,
fumbled the bag.
They can get real wicked. That's what I'm saying. Kelsey playing a dangerous game. But
man. Hey, tread softly. Tread softly. Be smart.
Very softly.
Speaking of treading softly, we saw earlier on the podcast this week, Shay, Uncle Shay, aka Shannon Sharp, had Marshawn Lynch on his pod, and we all are Marshawn Lynch fans. And if you remember, that Legion of Boom Seahawks era in football was something special. It's kind of sad how quickly it came and went. Mm-hmm. But, man, when you look at the Legion of Boom, when you look at Marshawn and Russell Wilson and all these guys that came through, they should have repeated. I mean, that's another topic for another day. But Russell said something that Marshawn said something that kind of threw us for a loop. Essentially, he was saying that his relationship with Russell Wilson was so foreign that when Russell ended up calling him one time, he called from a blocked number. Now, I don't know about y'all, but like a quarterback is supposed to be the pastor of the team, if you will.
Friends with everybody, cool
you
everybody.
Good with everybody. You're trying to bring everybody up. You're trying to keep the morale and camaraderie, things of that nature. But for him to not even have his running back too, which is like, yo,
that's your dog.
Yeah, that's like your.
You hand the ball off to that brother.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's gonna protect you too,
right?
On passing downs and things like that. But I don't know about y'all, but it rubbed me the wrong way to even hear that. It makes me kind of question is Russell Wilson a good guy?
Yeah,
Man,
I can't lie. I've seen a lot of people. Marshawn isn't the first person I've seen on interviews and podcasts and whatever else, like, talking bad about, Russell Wilson. So, I honestly, to be real with you, that's probably just not the best leader. Honestly, probably a great leader, like amongst like, I don't know. It's just too many guys saying stuff.
Yeah.
It's not one guy. It's not two guys. It's not three. No, it's multiple guys. Old Seahawk players coming out saying, "Man, this dude, basically screw him." I'm like, man, that's crazy. Because like from the outside looking in, you think Russ is just
yeah. Because on Sundays you see him like raw.
You see
right,
him, and you could tell hard worker, married. Yeah, he married.
He don't do that no more. Thank God.
Yeah, he not. Crazy
He ain't hit the Let's Ride once this year. At least I haven't
he
seen
ain't
it.
in no commercial. Remember back last year, he was on every commercial.
Commercial.
Now he off the commercials. But I'm saying like previous people have came out and talked about him, and like I said, from the outside looking in, from my perspective, I always thought he was just a guy that you should look up to, especially on the football team. But hey, man, people gonna show themselves.
He's
eventually.
always been God fearing. You
I'm
always see that.
Yeah, but that's just for camera though. That's for us, what we see.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it all for show?
Yeah.
That's
what
real.
I mean?
That's real.
Is it all for show? Is it all for, trying to portray like he's, a team guy when essentially like, maybe is that why the Broncos are sketch? Obviously they just won this past Sunday against the worst team in the league, in my opinion. But they very easily could have lost that game.
They very could. They was down 21. They were down 21 zip. Right.
They should have lost that game.
They should have lost.
If it wasn't for bad coaching and the bad organization that the Bears have, they should have took an L that day. But I don't know, man. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Because like you said, it's been multiple guys. I've heard Golden Tate say something about it. I've seen Bobby Wagner say something about it. Really? They had the other backer, I forget his name. They were all on the podcast together, and they were all like Russell is just missing when it comes to leadership.
Or they get real weird. They get real quiet when they bring him up, like kind of like laughing amongst themselves. It's like that's
like even Uncle Shay, he was like, "Hey man, did you guys ever go to dinner together? Did he ever take y'all out?" He just stared at him like, "Bro, what?" He was like, "Huh? That's unheard of." And you don't want to have a quarterback like that.
Yeah,
I want a quarterback buying my O-line rollies and taking them to dinner and stuff like that, taking the running backs to dinner.
And I'll say this too: I guarantee if he was like doing that stuff, like you just said, that team doesn't break up after that Super Bowl loss.
That's real.
We right back at it in 6 months.
That's real. Yeah.
Because they had a good enough run, they would have been right back.
They would have been right back, dude.
They would have been right back. But
good.
If you got the head guy, acting like that, and all these other dudes, they become disgruntled as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
And check this theory out. So, with everybody coming out saying this, Golden Tate, Bobby Wagner, Marshawn, if you think about it, after that Super Bowl when they didn't hand off the ball to Marshawn, he came back to the sideline laughing, like kind of smiling, joking, because he even said, when I heard the play, everybody looked at Marshawn like what? Like what is this?
Give him the
but
rock.
if I'm not saying he's a bad dude, but if he was a real team guy, he would have been like, "Hey, we checking out of this. We're gonna run a 26 duo blast or something like that. Line up, let's get it." So I don't know. Maybe that comes into play too.
Dang, I didn't even think of that.
Who knows, man? He probably didn't mess
check
with
it out.
Marshawn. He probably was like, Marshawn was tripping in the interviews this whole Super Bowl. I'm gonna be the hero. I'm gonna throw the ball.
Dang,
that's probably what
I
I'm
didn't even
thinking.
think of that.
Yeah, bro. Who knows?
Well, now when you think about it, when you think about his personality of how Marshawn described it and everybody else we're hearing, he definitely was trying to get that.
It's all about him.
He was trying to get that shine.
That's what I'm telling you. I feel like it's all about him to me, bro.
That's a whole different theory.
Yeah.
Because I was blaming the coaches. I was like,
But
that
nah,
little
come
boy.
on.
But not as a quarterback. Come on, we seen
yeah,
plenty of quarterbacks check
you
out
can
of
check out
stuff.
stuff
You
quick.
can check
You can
out.
check
Bro,
out.
you on the headset too. They just talk to you in the
Shoot,
mic.
if I was a quarterback, I'm checking.
Screw that. Yeah, I'm checking.
I'm like, hey, we're
Yes.
doing that
Yeah.
same play we just did, and we still got a timeout.
And it was second down. too.
Second
What is it,
down.
second down with a timeout on the 2.
Okay, if it's fourth and
With
goal,
beast mode?
if it's fourth and
Fourth,
goal,
yeah.
okay, but I
Even
still
third,
run the ball.
Even
I'm
third
still
and goal.
run. Yeah, even third and goal.
But
Yeah.
second, come on now, give
man.
Marshawn the ball.
Yeah, first and
Seahawks-
second down. Give 'em the
Seahawks
ball.
should have 2 Super Bowls, man.
Yeah, I'm saying they should have been the 2010s dynasty. They should have been the look. It's sad because like even seeing stuff like the Legion of Boom Seahawks, like it's only one ring. And like when we have children or we have sons and they start watching football and like all they're gonna see is we're gonna tell them about the Seahawks are so cold. So how many did they win? Oh, they only won one.
One.
Like come on now, the 20,
Man.
18, 19 Eagles won one Super Bowl with
Right.
Nick Foles.
Right.
Like what's one Super Bowl?
Right.
Kind of like that's why
that's true.
A little off topic, but like that's why I don't rock with the old Celtics because you got Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and Rondo and Big Baby, all these guys coming together. Kendrick Perkins talking about some. Oh man, our Celtics team, y'all won one ring.
One ring.
They talking like they won 3-4 of them joints.
No, the way Paul Pierce and them carry themselves, you would think they have 4 or 5.
No, seriously, the way KG and Paul Pierce talking, you would think they got a couple of rings. Y'all have one ring,
right?
Yeah.
That's it. One ring. Of course, a ring's a ring. Congratulations that you're a part of history, but you're not no dynasty.
No. Right, it wasn't no dynasty.
Like the Pistons, the 04 Pistons won a ring. Like no one's talking about that. They only had, I think they have one Hall of Famer on that team.
Chauncey Billups.
I'm sorry.
Wallace.
He's the only one.
Wallace.
Yeah.
He's the only person.
Dang.
Which I don't know how he got in.
Well, he got. I think he has 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards.
But I mean, come on, whatever.
I know Marcus don't rock with Ben Wallace at
all. Speaking of rings, though, man, the Arizona Diamondbacks, baby. We ended up getting out the wild card round. We are back. First of all, it feels good to be back in the playoffs.
It does.
I'm a Diamondbacks fan. Have been since they came here in 01. Or was it 01? I think it was
98.
98 when they got out here. So I was a kid, but Diamondbacks fan. I'll be quiet about it, boy, because we be whacked 95% of the time they've been here as our squad. But in the playoffs, we got the Dodgers this weekend. Probably not gonna make it out, but it's cool to see us in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's real cool. We ain't been back. We ain't been there since 2014. So about 9 years. And then I think the time before that, we ended up winning the World Series. So after that World Series, we had a bad drought. Yeah. So it's really good to see us back in it.
It's good.
It is dope.
It's dope. No, it's cool to watch too.
I missed them jerseys. Sorry.
Exactly. I missed the old purple.
Yeah, that purple with
jerseys.
the teal.
No, I've been back on the Diamondbacks because as a kid, I was kind of like a Dodgers fan. Then I was like an individual players. Then I was like an Angels because we honestly follow our dad. Our dad was never like a baseball. Our dad was a baseball fan, but he never had a team.
Right.
So like we kind of just all bounced around. So now I've gotten a little older. I'm like, you know what? I'm a Lakers fan. They in LA. I'm a Steelers fan. They in Pittsburgh. Let me rock with the home team. So
right.
I'm rocking with the Diamondbacks, and I really hope they do something with it. Of course, not too many high expectations, but the fact that they went to Milwaukee and swept them when they came out there, unblemished, it's great to see.
Speaking of the Diamondbacks, I met Randy Johnson.
That's right.
Yeah, man. I remember I got a chance to meet him.
Yeah,
the big unit. It was back in 2020, 2021. I was at Top Golf, man, was hanging out, and I seen this big figure, tall dude, and some tall his daughters.
Yeah.
They were super tall too. I'm like, who are these tall people?
Yeah.
So I'm being nosy. I'm with Q. I walk over there. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And I looked at his face and was like, well, that's Randy Johnson, bro.
That's the big
So
unit.
I walked over there, shook his hand. We hung out that
6'10",
night.
huh?
Yeah, he's all of 6'10". Bro, he is huge.
Yeah, big old dude, man.
But he's tall, bro. And then went back to his house. I saw his glove. It was in a clear glass case and everything.
That's hard.
It was just cool to see, bro. It was cool to be around him.
Yeah, man.
Bro, I walked into his garage, bro.
Oh, I already know that's probably crazy.
There was 4 or 5 foreign whips in there, dog. I'm like, bro, I don't even know what these are.
Baseball money different. See, that's what I'm saying. Lil Zay not here yet, but when he get here, he getting a baseball bat. That's for sure.
Yeah.
If he want to play football, for sure, by all means. But swing that golf club, swing that bat, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
where the money.
That's where the money is.
Yeah.
It is.
And your health.
Generational
Shoot.
money. Too.
Yeah, it's health too.
Health too.
Speaking of that and memories and everything, what is y'all best football memory? Like, is whether you were playing a game or you watching a game or whatever. Can y'all think of one for yourselves?
Ooh, like me personally or just like professional
Like you
sports?
personally.
Oh, me personally? Man. Jeez. Because I ain't gonna lie, me and I won a lot of games. But me personally, I would say we were playing Hamilton and we were down 23-7
I remember
with
that.
7 minutes left. And we came back. I threw a couple touchdowns, but it was a tie. No, we were up by 4. It's 27-23 because we just recovered that punt. But my favorite memory of myself was Coach it was 4th and 10. Coach was like, "What do you want to run?" Yep. I was like, "Coach, they stunting us down the middle. Like, we can't do anything." I was like, "Let's just do a sweep." And he goes, "Can you run it?" And I had a dislocated shoulder at the time. I'm like, yeah, sure, I guess. So he go out there. He goes, "If you're gonna get hit, just slide." I'm like, cool. I took the snap. I rolled out to my right side and was running. All I seen was grass. So I was like, I gotta cut up. I put my foot in the ground, cut up, ran like a 50-yard touchdown to seal it.
I remember that.
And after that, we ended up winning state again. So that was my favorite memory. That game against Hamilton.
Yeah.
That comeback was crazy.
That night was the most stressful night of my life, boy. I was
sitting there. Like, bro, where am I gonna play on Saturday, bro? This season over, dog. It's over.
I was in the stands, like, boy, we got to sign somewhere quick.
Yeah.
I thought it was a wrap.
No, I remember that night. I remember I was on the sideline. Shout out to my dude Dom. He's actually doing his thing at University of Washington right now.
Yep.
Because he was a sophomore. I was a junior. I remember Dom came up to me. He was like, "Ira," I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "Man, it's on us now. Like, season's over basically." 'Cause we were down. He legit was like, "It's on us. Like, we got to step up." I was like, "Dang, man, it's crazy. We ended up winning that game anyway. Won a state championship." But honestly, I would say my favorite football memory, probably, I think my sophomore year when my high school, we beat Liberty High School, because that was like trippy, just running out on the field after. That was like the weirdest feeling ever, because it's like, it was at ASU. I remember growing up playing like Road to Glory on NCAA.
Yeah.
And I put my little Road to Glory character, and like the state game would be at ASU. And like, of course, we won state game. I'd go on sign my college in the video game. So to actually be in that position in real life was probably the craziest, like, most surreal feeling. I was 15, I was a sophomore, but like to be, part of a state championship team as a 15-year-old, and to just, to see like a video game come to real life.
Come to life.
That's probably the most craziest feeling for me. So yeah, I'd say
I could only imagine feeling that because I mean, obviously I didn't get a chance to win state, but even when I witnessed you guys win state, it felt like I won. You know what I'm saying? Right. It felt like just
because mom and dad sent you to a high school that was 2 years old, 1 year old, right?
0 years old.
It was 0 years old.
Literally brand new, bro. They was ripping the plastic off the desks.
The little metal desks,
bro. Yes. I show up the Valley, man. It was. I mean, obviously, I was luckily enough. Our football team was good. I mean, we're decent.
Yeah.
And I was, blessed enough to actually end up getting a scholarship. But my favorite memories, two of them. Number one was I scored the first touchdown ever in school history.
Sure did.
On varsity, which that game was crazy. We were losing 66-0. True story. 66-0.
Me and I rode the ball boys that night.
Yeah, bro. And coach called a wheel route, so I ran a wheel. And no time left. Literally, I heard the horn go off. No time left. And all of a sudden, as I'm running, I look up and I see the ball. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's the ball? Bro, I jump, catch it, and I fall down. When I fell down, I looked and my feet was in purple in the end zone. And I was like, oh, boy, they ran out there, dog piled me. I couldn't breathe.
Yeah,
it was probably one of the craziest moments, boy. You would have thought we won state that night.
Yeah, you would have, bro. Seriously,
you would have thought. We partied, man. We had a good time that night.
That's funny. I remember that vividly.
I remember after that. I remember we were like leaving the game. I remember there was some, because y'all played South Mountain, right? South Mountain. Y'all played South. And I remember there were some people after the game walking out. I heard the parents. I'm like, man, they acting like they won a state championship. They scored one touchdown. You calm down. I remember that. I'm like, man, you hating, bro.
We was going crazy.
Let us enjoy this.
Hey, even coach was hot. He's like, y'all need to stop celebrating. Yeah, we just lost by 60. On, yeah. But between that and then my first touchdown in college, that was probably the craziest moment for me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember it was second game of the year, and I was on the sideline chilling. And I just remember hearing my coach yell, "Steele, get out there!" And I took off out there, and we ran a no huddle offense. So when I ran out there, I just ran in my position, and they would call out a number. So I looked at my little card, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, I got a 9 route right here, which is a go." And when I shut my flap and looked up, I saw this backer in front of me that looked like he had 2 left feet, and I was like, "Boy, I'm about to be open on this thing." And then as soon as we snapped it, he blitzed. And when he blitzed, bro, nothing but grass. And all I was thinking as I was running, I was like, bro, the ball better be coming right now. I turned my shoulder, that thing bloop right there.
Wow.
And when I looked up, I saw nothing but grass and the field goal post.
You was gone. What? Man, that's cold.
80 yards to the crib, man. My first play ever in college.
That's crazy.
That's probably my best memory in football, just because I'm like, all that work I put in the summer. Having to leave y'all and move all the way to Illinois.
Oh, that was tough.
Yeah. And then, I'm out there trying to, learn a new playbook, make new friends, get acquired to living in a dorm by myself.
Right. School
in itself, and studying and film sessions and, girls. You got all this stuff that you trying to do. And then, man, me scoring that touchdown was probably one of the best feelings I ever had.
I never scored in college, man.
Yeah,
I never did. I always wanted to pick 6, but every pick I got, I had a fall.
Yeah,
I had to dive for it.
They was coming to get you.
Yeah.
One time you caught a pick, you had to keep your feet in.
Against New Mexico.
No, Idaho State.
Oh, Idaho State. I tried to keep my feet. I was running too fast.
Yeah, bro. I was like, slow down, Ike.
Yeah, bro. I ran right out of bounds.
What are the top 3 games that we've ever seen, whether any sport, top 3 games that you can think of? I know that there's been a lot, like, when we talk about sports in our family, it's something that's almost religious. You know what I'm saying? Like we always say
start
faith
to
and
finish,
football.
bro. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, that's what we do. But yeah, top 3 games.
Number 1, I'm gonna say, well, no order, but for the first one, the Steelers-Cardinals Super Bowl was great.
Oh yeah,
that was a phenomenal game. That was actually a good game.
It was a weird feeling though.
It was, wasn't it?
Because it was like we're going for our team, but then it's our state.
Yeah,
you know,
like I would have loved to have been a part of a Super Bowl parade, but not beating the Steelers though. That's
right.
That's how I felt. I'm
yeah.
like, dang, like I don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
So I would say that game just because it was super defensive and it was close, whatever. Second, I gotta say, probably this past Super Bowl. I feel like that was a really good game too. And then third, I gotta say Game 6, Miami Heat versus the San Antonio Spurs, when Ray Allen hit that 3-pointer to take him to overtime.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, after that game, I was so hyped. I'm bragging to Ira. I'm like, yeah, boy, LeBron all the way. LeBron.
At this time, real quick. At this time, you know, Lakers just came off of 2 championships recently, you know, and I was a huge Kobe guy. So, you know, as a kid, being a huge Kobe guy, all right, rest in peace. Like,
R.I.P. man.
Kobe.
He was so
being
great, man.
Being a huge Kobe guy, like, you know, you got to pick a side. It's either Kobe or LeBron. That's how it
Yeah.
was.
Yep.
So Isaac was LeBron. So, you know, so you keep the story going. So.
So like Ira said, he teamed Kobe through and through, right? So we get back to the crib. I'm bragging to Ira because we watched it at my coach's house, Pop Warner coach's house. I get back to the crib. I'm in the shower, and Ira's like, I get the door shut, but he's like washing his face doing something. I forget what you were doing, but I'm sitting there in the shower. I'm bragging to Ira, yeah, LeBron, he gonna win another ring too, baby. He gonna get 2. All I feel is the shower get hot. I start screaming.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I snuck in.
He put his hand in it.
I put my hand behind him. Man, I just flipped that thing to the highest it could go. I heard, He's like, yeah, bro, LeBron to go. I started screaming.
I was like, yeah, LeBron to go. I got out of the shower with the suds on.
I see Isaac get out butt naked, swinging on. Oh, I'm ducking. I'm about to get down.
I come upstairs. I'm like, what y'all doing?
We straight throwing hands.
I was downstairs, bro. All I hear is commotion up there. I run upstairs. Isaac's butt naked, covered in soap, just swinging on.
Oh man.
Yeah,
but it's funny though, because after that, I got back
God.
in the shower, and Ira was waiting for. He was waiting to get in the shower next, and then we just started laughing, bro, because it was just funny.
Hey,
Me and Ira
because
just
I was
started dying.
I was laughing myself.
What made you think? Like, when did you decide I'm turning this up?
Man, he talking too much, bro. Talking on this LeBron. I said, I got some form since LeBron want to be clutch. Well, I turned that thing all the way into the hot.
And it was like perfect timing because my back was to like,
That's what I'm saying.
I was just, like, yeah, LeBron, this and that.
He didn't like I try to think I'm evil. That's some devious stuff. I try to think all the way up to the hottest it could go.
Oh my goodness,
man, my back
bro.
was burning,
Bro.
But yeah,
I remember that.
I had to break up that game because it comes with a memory, man.
Yeah, no,
that Game 6, that was funny.
Ooh, that's a good one, man.
Nah.
What about you, Ira?
Man, I'll say no particular order. I'm gonna say that 2016 Warriors Cavs Game 7. I was in Tucson with my brother.
I forgot about that game.
Nah, I'm gonna say that might be number 1, but I'm just gonna go. I might switch up some Monday. Just say no order, but
Yeah.
2016 Finals. Of course, look at the context. Cavaliers down 3-1, come back to take it to 7, went to Golden State and won the game in regulation, which was crazy.
That's
First
tough.
time a team ever has done that in finals history.
For sure.
Came back down 3-1. So to see something like that happen, that's definitely historical, especially through and through everything. LeBron coming back to Cleveland, leaving Miami, promising the championship, delivering the championship. The year before that, Kyrie gets out, Kevin Love gets out. So the city felt that defeat. Like, we almost got it.
Yeah.
And then the next year they got it. So, that's a game right there. I'm gonna say that Steelers Cardinals 2009 Super Bowl because like you said, we were being Arizona natives, our team playing against the Arizona Cardinals. It was weird. I remember that Friday at school because I was in 4th grade. I was 9 years old. And I remember that Friday, it was like a Cardinals day.
Yeah.
Because like Cardinals and Super Bowl.
I remember that.
I remember it was
that.
like the basically the second half of the school day, there was no class. Everybody was just outside running around. They had cupcakes, pizza.
Yep.
Everybody had their Cardinals gear on. T had their Cardinals gear on.
Yeah.
I was the only kid. I was like, nah, we get it,
yeah,
Cardinals.
bruh.
We
Yep.
getting y'all. I'm like, watch, wait till Monday. I'm gonna come back to school. So we won that Super Bowl on Sunday, but that Monday I came back to school.
I already
talking,
know.
Man, I came back. I remember that.
talking to all the teachers. I told y'all we was gonna win it all.
Yeah.
So I never forget that. And I'd say the third game that I'll never forget is probably that. I would say probably the 2010 NBA Finals, Lakers versus Celtics, when the Lakers came back actually in that Game 7.
Oh, that was actually.
Yeah.
And I remember I remember about that day we were playing basketball. You remember that? I remember we were playing basketball. We were playing basketball in the front yard during the game because I remember at one point Lakers was down big.
Yeah.
So I remember we went outside, ran a game, whatever. We ran back inside. It was a close game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember we watched the rest of the game. Lakers ended up winning it all. You know, of course, Kobe actually, I like that game a lot because Kobe's shot wasn't falling, but I think Kobe had like 16 rebounds, something like that.
Yeah.
So, like, he got it in other ways.
Dang, that's tight.
So, and, you know, of course, seeing Kobe on top of that, you know, score on top of the score table, that classic image of him. I'll
That's
never
iconic.
forget that.
Yeah.
You know, and that was, of course, his last championship, and they got him to 5. They got him one over Shaq. And so I would say that's probably a game I'll never forget. Was
That's
the
what's
2010 NBA Finals.
Those are awesome, good games.
Those are some
man.
good games. Great games
That's
you
for
picked.
sure.
Yeah.
For me, number 3, I would definitely say that that 3-1 Warriors Cavs, they come back in that Game 7. Kyrie comes down and hits that 3 ball. What year? 2016.
Yeah, 2016.
Probably one of the greatest. There was such an emotional roller coaster in that series.
That series
But
was
that
wild.
game was the whole game was just good. It was back and forth. And I mean, if anybody did have a lead, it probably was no more than 6 or 7
Yeah, I think it was
points.
no more than 6.
Like, it was
Yeah.
just, it was
Low scoring game.
low
too.
scoring, just good defense. Every possession felt like everyone's life depended on
Yes,
it.
That was
literally.
bad.
Literally, that's
it
so
was
true.
so stressful
Yeah.
watching. Like,
Yeah.
it felt like I was playing. I was tired after the game. I had to go lay down and ice up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that game right there is probably one of the greatest. Second one, of course, Steelers Cardinals. That game was like we said already. The feelings and emotions that went into it. Us being from Arizona, being home.
And let's not forget that catch at the end, bro.
Oh, Santonio Holmes, man. Shoot.
And
I
also,
mean,
let's not forget James Harrison.
James
Bro,
Harrison.
I'm saying this right now, real quick. This is a
My
little
bad, so you
sidebar.
mean-
Yeah,
No,
my
no,
fault.
no,
too.
y'all good.
But I remember that when James Harrison scored that touchdown, I've never heard my house, like the Steele family, I've never heard us as a collective. And we do church.
Absolutely.
We yell, scream, sing,
Absolutely.
dance. But I'm telling you right now, I've never heard a house that loud ever when James Harrison scored a 100-yard
Yes.
touchdown.
if
before
we
the
had
half.
any babies
Never.
at that point in time, they would have been like crying.
They probably
and
would've been
fear.
crying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Because
little
how
Jada would have been
loud.
like,
Jada would've been freaked
She'd
out.
have been like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like I never heard a house that loud
Man,
ever.
we went up that day, man, and then
that
of
was
course
cool.
we ended up getting the dub. Man,
Yeah,
it was a good day. And then my number 1, USC Notre Dame, 2005.
Oh, I knew you was going to say that.
Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart. We go into a hostile South Bend, Indiana. Go up there and play the Fighting Irish. And we end up pulling that game out with barely, I think it was 11 seconds left by way of something called the Bush Push, man. That was probably one of the greatest games that because it meant so much to me because I'm a SC fan and I hate Notre Dame. So when we pushed them in, I was excited for them. It was like a movie,
Yeah,
that game in
it
itself.
was.
Because you got to remember, SC was on like a 31-game winning streak.
And Notre Dame grew the grass out like 3
Grew the
inches to
grass.
slow Reggie Bush down.
They wore their lucky green jerseys.
Yep,
And
yep.
boy, we went out there and stomped on the Leprechauns.
Bush started a whole wave because you still see the Eagles do it to this day.
Yeah.
Reggie Bush came up with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was all him, bro. He was so ahead of his time.
Oh man,
Man.
if you put Reggie Bush now in today's
He
game,
cooked.
he's Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally, he is.
He's that.
Because he's
all
been
over.
catching the ball at the backfield.
For
He
sure.
been powerful, but yet elusive at the same time.
They had that
That's
boy
just how
getting
he is.
dives. And
Man, he was running
sweeps.
34
Yeah.
blasts. I'm like, that's not him.
Against Ray Lewis and them. Like, that's not gonna work.
NFL didn't work like that. He
Right.
still had a decent career, but
Yeah,
he
but
did.
not like we thought he would have. Still
Yeah.
had a great career.
you put him in today's game.
Yeah.
Right.
Putting him in motion, putting him in slot and stuff like that.
Man.
letting him return kicks. Oh my
Oh,
god.
my
He was
goodness,
still
bro.
Of course, he was still a key contributor to the Saints winning
course.
that Super Bowl.
Yeah, he was.
He was having great playoff games.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad he
shout
got
out,
ring.
shout out to Reggie Bush. I'm
Shout
glad
out
he got a
Reggie
ring.
Yeah,
Bush.
shout out Reggie. I'm glad he got ringed up too, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's dope.
He did.
That's
he
dope.
did. Well, as we wrap it up, I had the opportunity to be able to speak this past Sunday. Pops was out of town. He was up in Texas preaching, and PK, my mother, she was also preaching in Texas. So I had an opportunity to speak to the house here at Kingdom. This past week, I preached a message called "You Won't Catch Me Lacking," which that term in this day and age, that means if you gonna get caught lacking, that's basically mean you don't have a weapon on you.
butt naked.
You butt naked, if you will. You ain't got you don't have a strap, and so your ops or enemies can take advantage of you because you don't have
Right.
you got caught lacking. But I preached it from a standpoint of a lot of times in life, just being an adult, as you get older, you start to look at things in different ways. That glass half empty mentality can come over you, and you just start thinking about things that you don't have, things that you're lacking in your life, whether it's in your bank account, your relationship, marriage, or maybe just in your, I guess you can say, your wherewithal. You can be lacking in certain areas, and sometimes the enemy wants us to focus on the things that you're missing, and you walk past all the things that you do have and all the abundance of your life that you are experiencing. I believe that the enemy, if he can get you to focus on your lack, that's what can mess up your joy, your peace, your happiness, and really your quality of life. Sometimes we got to take a step back and just focus on what it is that you do have. I am healthy. I am alive right now. I do have a car that I may not like it, but it turns on and gets me from place to place. Or I live in an apartment right now. I want a house really bad, but let's just be thankful I'm not living underneath an underpass, And right. So you won't catch me lacking part, the three things I had to combat lack in your life. Number one, you got to stop focusing on what you don't have. Number two, you got to speak death to your lack. We believe as believers in Christ, you can say whatever you say, you will see it. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. And so a lot of times we got to just say, listen, I'm speaking death to that. Yeah, my bank account, I'm tired of seeing $7 or less, and then every time I get to the end of a pay period, speak death to that. Say my next one ain't gonna look like this. My next one's gonna be more abundant than this past one. Right. Talking to your situation. And number three, understanding that your worship is a weapon. It's important to understand that anytime you do feel down or you do feel sad, listen, I'll throw on some worship music and I just start to feel better. It's like something just comes over me. I know it's the spirit, but something comes over me and it feels like all my worries kind of get washed away. Life is too short to be running around here worried about stuff that you don't have.
Right.
What you do have is this moment right now. The fact that you're alive, the fact that you're here, and hopefully, once again, you may not be where you want to be, but you're here. So that's basically just a quick little snippet of what I was able to speak on this past week.
Oh, that's good. And the thing that stuck out to me is focusing on what you have, not what you don't have, because it says, why should a living man complain?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And all you can do is worry about this moment and control what you can control. My coach would always say, control the controllables.
That's
you can't sit here and think about what you did before. You can't sit here what you think is going to happen in the future. You got to say, okay, what can I do right now to figure this out and to fix this problem? It's almost like a ladder. You never see nobody jump up to the 5th or 6th ladder. It's one by one, step by step at a time, but your whole body's moving together. And that's how you have to be with the body of Christ. You got to take it day by day, step by step, and you can't focus on what you're going through. You got to focus on where you're going to, but you have to think about the present on how you're going to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that message was really good on Sunday.
Yeah. No, it was. Yeah. I'd agree with Isaac. I feel like that first point, stop focusing on what you don't have is a super big thing because, comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah, it is.
If you look at the next person and you're looking at what they have, what you don't have, think about it. There's somebody right now at a light. The person in the Benz is looking at the person in the Range Rover, while the person in the Camry looking at that Benz, like, man. And you got the guy at the bus stop, like, man, I wish I had a car. Like, that's just reality. That's how it is. There's levels to it, and focus on what you're doing and get what you have to get to, like you say. And I feel like the big thing that a lot of people, especially at our age, Gen Z, it's a lot of comparison because of social media. I know I've talked about this before on this podcast, but you see stories, you see the person on the boats, the yachts, and this and that, but them people aren't even happy. They don't even have that.
Right.
It's a facade. Focus on what you have to do and get where you have to get to. And also too, I like the second point. Speak death to your lack. You got to just, like you said, things will get better. If you're seeing that $7 in your account, you open in your Chase app, but one eye open, do better with that.
One eye open.
You know what I'm saying? It could be on you. You could have bad money management skills. Or you could be, spending more than you have, or you could have a lot of time on your hands, but you're not picking up extra things or trying to figure out extra things to do on the side because, you like sleeping. We all like sleeping. We all like relaxing, but we also like having money in our account.
Yeah.
So,
I sleep better with money in my account.
Me too.
We all do.
Me
You know what I'm saying? And to the people I hear that are, you are picking up the extra stuff on the side, you do have a couple jobs and it's not working out, just pray things get better. Honestly, I just, yeah, it just makes me cringe inside when it comes to a lot of people our age, because comparison is literally a thief of joy.
It really is.
That's one thing I've had to work on myself, especially when I was younger. I saw a lot of people that were, 18, 19, 20 years old doing better than I was at the time. But then, as I got older, I'm like, man, these people, first off, this is like 1% of the world that's even living like this.
Right.
Second off, a lot of people aren't even truly happy with themselves.
Yeah.
Or they doing illegal activities.
Right.
They doing stuff that's not. They getting quick money, and that quick money stuff runs out eventually.
Yep.
So to everybody watching this podcast, keep on going, and you'll get through everything you're getting through.
Yep.
And that's all I really can say.
That's right, man.
Amen.
You're gonna make it. Everything's
Amen.
gonna be straight.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, man, listen, thank you guys so much for tuning in on today, Still Strong Podcast, episode number 34. Remember, as I said earlier, click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified every single time we drop these podcasts, every single Friday, to the people that we love out there. Make sure that you have the best week of your life. We'll see you next week, and go Steelers.
Peace.